welcome everybody. Another night here at the DC lot. Let's gather around for prayer and the pledge of allegiance. Hey everyone, I have Trina Evans on the phone. Today is his birthday. As you all may know, he's one of the big fighters fighting on the front line for the J6ers. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh man, thanks guys so much. I really appreciate you. I appreciate that. You know, I had a really great call this morning. I got, some fantastic, friends and people that I've made through this network calling me throughout the day. I just did, all day long, it's like I don't even know how to say this. Like you almost feel guilty when you're sitting with your family at Thanksgiving dinner. You feel guilty without having a birthday when you know you've got American citizens locked up like this going on in these jails and knowing what's happening to these people. And it's like I'm thankful that I'm free because I can keep fighting for them and keep saying the things that need to be said. And we've got some really exciting Sing for J6ers stuff coming up here. I've got some artists that are going to get involved in this here in December that we've been talking to. And I don't want to say too much yet, but I'm telling you, we've got some exciting stuff coming in December to raise some awareness on this that I think is really going to be impactful. So let's cross our fingers and hope that pays. We'll keep bringing attention to this. You guys have done such a great job. I'm honored to be a part of that, singing for freedom with the J6ers and working with everybody and just keep pounding in the truth everywhere we can. We just got to find a little wiggle room and pound in more truth to that. So thank you guys so much for singing for me and thinking of me to call me on my birthday. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Randy, Nikki, you guys, and Nicole, everybody. Just it's been an experience with you guys, the family.
Absolutely. On behalf of all the guys that are here, I know how important it was. Thank you so much for what you did at the Trump rally. Singing the national anthem and I know that meant a lot to all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending part of your day with us.
Oh, hey, Mickey, honey, how are you? Yeah, I was thinking about you on Thanksgiving, and I was, actually, I didn't know what to do with that, and, I call you anytime. I know it might have been bother you that I call you. I just didn't know if you're just got going on family and stuff, and I was thinking about you, and it's almost, sometimes I feel so bad for you, and so much there. And we've got all these guys locked up, and people that have lost loved ones through this. And, their names are going to be in our history books, and they're going to be remembered as the people that, stood up first. It's an honor, but I don't know. There's no replacing that for you, and I know it. So. We're going to. I've got some exciting stuff coming. Like I said, I don't want to. It started up I got some confirmation on it this morning. It was a hell of a birthday present. Some of the calls I got this morning, I'll tell you about it a little later. Just let them get the details on this thing pinned down, and getting some major artists out there that are going to start singing the anthem at 9 o'clock publicly. It's going to be very cool. Well, I'm hoping to, keep being a part of that, keep pushing for it, and I'm just gonna, doing what little bit I can, from behind the scenes. And I think David met with one of the guys today, one of the J6ers today. We'll join him in church. So there's been some really cool, developments going on, and we keep seeing, we see some of these positive strokes that are happening. You guys doing so much out there, seeing every night. It's, it's really cool to see all this. It's a shame that this is what it took, it had to come to, such tragedy for such, things to be born of it. But I think, out of the fire comes the phoenix. And,
Absolutely, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you time with us. Trust the live stream. Thank you.
yeah. Hey, buddy, take care, you guys. Love you guys. Keep it going.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Love you. Bye.
I just want to share a little bit of news for anyone up there who may not know. But in Brazil, there's an article that says that Brazil's military to block presidential election results. This was released, I believe it was today. It says Brazil's military is preparing to step in to overturn the results of the nation's recent controversial presidential election, according to reports. Military officials are planning to invoke Article 142 in an effort to defend incumbent President Jair Bolsonaro. The move will see the military assume control of the embattled nation and annul the election results while restoring law and order to Brazil. The notoriously corrupt Socialist Party was declared the winner in the race, triggering widespread unrest from outraged Brazilians. In a freak election where voting machines tallied every vote, Socialist felon Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva managed to win the election against a hugely popular Bolsonaro. The apparent victory came despite Lula's party losing seats in the parliament. Lula is Brazil's former president and a convicted criminal previously jailed for fraud. Alright, so I just wanted to share that with everybody. We do have one other thing that I do want to share as well, something that I certainly haven't seen spoken of too much in mainstream media, but there's a press conference that actually delved into some of the things that are being looked at. It was released, I know a big portion of it was released and talked about in the congressional report. I believe that some of the representatives had released a few weeks ago. We're going to share that with you guys in a little bit. It is available on video, but at least at the very least I wanted to play some of the audio for it. So we'll do that momentarily. Thank you. So this is the Hunter Biden probe launched by GOP. Joe Biden lied to Americans. Representatives James Coleman and Jim Jordan hold a press conference announcing the investigation of Hunter Biden. So I wanted to play some clips because this doesn't just touch Hunter Biden, but it actually goes to President Biden.
They make it clear, too.
And they do make that very clear. So we will share that with you. Hold on.
Thank everyone for coming out today. Today we're going to provide you with something that you all aren't used to with respect to congressional investigation. And that's evidence. Committee Republicans have spoken with multiple whistleblowers from numerous schemes involving the Biden family, reviewed Hunter Biden's laptop, and received documents of previously unknown transactions. And targets around the world based on influence companies, including with people closely tied to foreign governments like China and Russia. We also found plans facing the United States for the Biden family. Participation and knowledge. In 2019, shortly after the campaign for president, Joe Biden told the American people he had nothing to do with and never had conversations with his family about their business deals. That is a lie. Whistleblowers describe President Biden as chairman of the board for these businesses. He personally participated in meetings and phone calls. Documents show that he was a partner with access to an office. To be clear, Joe Biden is the big guy. This evidence raises troubling questions about whether President Biden is a national security risk and about whether he has compromised top foreign government. Despite the president's claim that he wasn't involved in Biden's family business schemes, these photos show Joe Biden meeting with his family associates while vice president. Committee Republicans have identified over 50 countries the Biden family saw businesses in. On the initial side of the Biden family business, the deals were often led by Hunter Biden. And that map there behind the flag shows all the countries where the Biden had a footprint in international businesses. The investigation reveals a family that engaged with some of America's most powerful adversaries, planning to sell one of the largest sources of cobalt for electric vehicles in the world to China, for example. The Bidens flourished and became millionaires by simply offering access to the family. Among the dozens of shell companies the Biden set up, there were billions of dollars of wire transfers, flights on Air Force Two to conduct personal business, and meetings with heads of state, all while Joe Biden was aware of what was happening. All the while, he turned a blind eye. Many transactions related to these businesses have raised red flags at U.S. banks. A suspicious activity report, or SAR, is a document a bank must file with the Treasury Department when a transaction is suspected to be related to money laundering or fraud or other types of criminal activity. According to media reports, the Biden family accumulated over 150 SARs. One SAR generated by an American bank, the Treasury Department, connects Hunter Biden and his business associates to international human trafficking, among other illegal activities. The money that was being made from foreign principals in the same room as Joe Biden was increasingly spent on furthering illegal activity. The SAR showed that Hunter Biden was conducting business with suspected human traffickers. The money gained through influence peddling was funneled to a suspected criminal enterprise, again, one link to human trafficking. We have repeatedly called on the Biden Treasury Department to release additional financial documents to committee Republicans, but thus far Treasury has refused. We want to know what the Biden administration is trying to hide from the American people and why they're not being transparent. We also found evidence Hunter Biden sought to evade these SARs using his financial advisor, coincidentally a Clinton administration official. We will continue to pursue all evidence, and specifically the SARs and bank records in the new Congress. As part of our investigation, we have evidence that the finances, credit cards, and bank accounts of Hunter and Joe Biden were commingled, if not shared. And on some accounts, at least, red flags were raised by banks to the account owner or owners indicating suspicious or illegal activity. One of Hunter's closest associates, Eric Sherwin, was accessing Joe Biden's money and writing checks to reimburse Hunter. Sherwin arranged to buy its international deals around the world. At the same time, he was a frequent visitor to the White House and Joe Biden during the Obama administration, visiting close to 30 times and sometimes with international business partners and Hunter, according to Hunter's calendar. Sherwin was also the president of Hunter's company and appointed by President Obama to a position in the administration. After the apparent falling out with Sherwin, Hunter began coordinating business himself, and increasingly the deals brought in Joe Biden as a direct equity holder. One of these deals involved the sale of American natural gas to China. Evidence suggests Joe Biden had a 10% equity stake through his son. And behind Glenn and Andrew is a map from Hunter's laptop. This was a PowerPoint presentation from his laptop. Real estate. And from a whistleblower to try to get their foot in the door with China starting to purchase an interest in natural gas drillers. So people are in outrage over China buying farmland in the Dakotas. What about China starting to buy into our American energy industry at a time when we have an energy crisis because of the bad policies of the Biden administration? Now, what that is? Hunter brought in millions of dollars from this deal from entities tied to the Chinese government. In emails obtained by committee Republicans, Hunter wanted keys made for Joe Biden and Jim Biden, his office mate. He provided Joe Biden's personal cell number and called him his partner. The other partners in that deal were two people closely tied to the Chinese Communist Party. And that's behind Andy and Jim, that's the email where Hunter sent to the landlord requesting keys, and the Chinese partners were on the email, and where he said, Joe would need a key, and he even put Joe's cell phone number. Domestically, Jim Biden, Joe Biden's brother, used the Biden name to enrich himself in return for the promise that when Joe Biden became president in 2020, business partners would get rich by having access to a future Biden administration. By promising access to financing through Middle Eastern, Russian, and Chinese connections he made through Joe Biden, by bringing his brother, Joe Biden, on the phone calls, Jim Biden was able to convince companies to give him loans of hundreds of thousands of dollars that he never repaid. The Biden administration has answered none of our requests for information regarding the Biden family or the financial transactions they engaged in. Instead, the Biden administration has spent over $250,000 to, quote, deflect Hunter storage. Protecting the president's son who has committed crimes with Americans' tax dollars is a waste. The domestic and international scheme that promised access to wealth in a future Biden administration constitutes fraud, and the president's participation in enriching his family is, in a word, abuse of the highest order. Rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse will be the primary goal of a Republican House oversight. As such, this investigation will be a top priority. We are releasing a report today that details what we have uncovered. We're also sending letters to the Biden administration officials and Biden family associates renewing our request for voluntary production of documents relevant to this investigation. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, the President of the United States, and why he lied to the American people about his knowledge and participation in his family's international business schemes. National security agents require the committee to conduct the investigation, and we will pursue all avenues that have long been ignored. Committee Republicans have uncovered evidence of federal crimes committed by and to the benefit of members of the President's family. These include conspiracy or defrauding the United States, wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, violation of the Foreign Agents Registration Act, violations of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, violations of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, tax evasion, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. The Biden family's business dealings implicate a wide range of criminality, from human trafficking to potential violations of the Constitution. In the 118th Congress, this committee will evaluate the status of Joe Biden's relationship with his family's foreign partners and whether he is a president who is compromised or swayed by foreign dollars and influence. I want to be clear. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, and that's where the committee will focus in this next Congress. I now turn it over to Oversight Member and the next chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan.
I'm making this quick video because it has been 1 month since joining the Cash Flow 101 system, and so what I wanted to do is...
Thanks, Jamie. I would just start with this question. What part of Mr. Comer's presentation was Russian disinformation? We never forget what happened on October 19th, 2020, 15 days before the most important election we have in our country. Who's going to be the next president of the United States? 15 days before that, Mr. Brennan, Mr. Clapper, and 49 other people signed a letter that said the following. It is for these reasons that we write to say that the arrival on the U.S. political scene of emails, purportedly belonging to Vice President Biden's son, Hunter, has all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. They further went on to say, we want to emphasize that we do not know if the emails provided to the New York Post are genuine or not, just that our experience makes us deeply suspicious that the Russian government played a significant role in this case. Of course, that letter became the pretext for suppressing this story, again, just days before the most important election we have in our country. So I would ask this, was J.P. Morgan's suspicious activity report to the Treasury Department, was that just a classic earmark of a Russian information operation? How about when Hunter Biden sent the email that Mr. Comer pointed to? Sent the email asking for keys to his new office space, one for himself, one for President Biden, one for his uncle Jim Biden, and one for the emissary for the chairman of the Chinese energy company CFCC. Was that just Russian disinformation operation in place? What part of Mr. Comer's presentation prompted the FBI to go to Facebook and say, hey, you want to be on the lookout for Russian disinformation here this election season? What part of his presentation would prompt that? And I think it's also important to never forget how the story has changed. I mean, think about this. When it started off, it was, no, it's not his laptop. It's not his laptop. Then it was, well, it's his laptop, but remember, it's Russian disinformation, and no one did anything wrong. Then it was, well, maybe he did something wrong, but President Biden didn't know about it. And now it's, well, maybe President Biden knew about it and was involved, but it didn't influence his decision. In fact, yesterday, there was a story in Politico which said that. The story in Politico yesterday investigated a 10 strategist to launch counter-punch to House GOP. The story in Politico yesterday, here's what I said in there, quote, no evidence has publicly emerged that Joe Biden's decisions were affected by his son's business dealings. Wow, we went from it wasn't his laptop and it was Russian disinformation to, oh, whatever was in there didn't affect the president's business dealings, even though he was involved, even though the laptop was real, even though it wasn't disinformation. But that's how far we've come. So I think there are all kinds of questions that need to be answered, and we're determined to get there. Here's some of them that I have. Did the FBI breach Twitter as well? How far we've come.
It interrupts this broadcast to bring to you calls from inside.
Hey John, you're on. Hey, I just want to say before you start that I got the Get Out app, but I'm locked out. So it says I have messages that I can't get to, and I'm already frustrated by it. Yeah, I have messages I can't get to. So as soon as I figure that out, I'll work on that. Nicole's gonna help me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. So I sent you a message saying that basically, did I hear correctly that Northern Neck U.S. Congressman is Rob Whitman?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, guess who else he represents? He represents Williamsburg, Virginia as well. So anyway, yeah, that app is hell. I'm telling you, it gives everybody problems. Even from this side, we get blocked out, and it's terrible.
Yeah, that's what Nicole said before I got involved, and she said it's really, not user-friendly, but yeah, I was less than, I think maybe 12 hours, and now I'm locked out.
Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah, it's terrible. Well, thank you for trying. I just first, I'm going to put you on with Billy. He wanted to kind of talk to you guys, but he wanted me to do a couple of shout outs first, if that's cool, because I just want to first of all, thank you all for showing up. Thank you so much. And are our Chinese friends still here, or are they just here last night?
Well, the big group was just here last night, but we have some regular Chinese Americans out here supporting me every night. Dwight and Billy and Rebecca every night out here. They are out here tonight.
All right, Shishi. All right, thank you so much. I'm learning, man. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation.
I get the spirit, so.
So I just want to let everyone know, all that's watching live, we really appreciate you guys watching online too. And, Santia from California, thank you for your letter. Kim Harrington, I love you so much. Thank you for your letter as well. There's so many people that write us, and I can't thank everybody, but I love you all so much. And I just want to, if anybody would like to support this movement, please visit Mama Mickey's website. It is our movement's official website in my eyes. And it is 4ashley.com. That is the number 4, Ashley with an I.com. Please visit that website. And you'll find there's a lot of good stuff on that website. But if you click the call to action, you'll see a lot of friendly sites of the activists that are involved in this J6 movement that are Mama Mickey approved. And if they're Mama Mickey approved, they're approved by us. So we really appreciate Mickey for putting those on there too. And please, if anybody would like to get to know us better in our own words, us patriots, please visit wearegoodmen.com. There's a lot of good stuff in there, interviews, written stuff. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug a few email addresses. So I'm going to plug Matt Gates' staffer's email address, dawn.mccardle@mail.house.gov. That is DAWN.mccardle, MCCARDLE, @mail.house.gov. That's Matt Gates' staffer. And Sue Ann Edmiston is Louis Gohmert's staffer. So Sue Ann's email is SUANNE.EDMISTON, suann.edmiston@mail.house.gov. suann.edmiston@mail.house.gov. And, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene's email address, mtgpress@mail.house.gov. And her staffer's email address, nick.dyer, D-Y-E-R, @mail.house.gov. And please, I guess you can rewind this and get those back, but we really need you to email them, and they're coming back into session tomorrow, so we need you to email them and let them know they need to stand with Mama Mickey and to investigate the 4 deaths that happened on the 4 killings, the murders that happened on January 6th. Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, and Benjamin Phillips. There's over a dozen men walking the plank right now who witnessed Roseanne Boylan's death at the hands of the police. So please, they need to investigate the 4 deaths on January 6th, and they need to stand with Mama Mickey outside the DC Vigil. She's been out there since August 1st. So please, strong language is encouraged in these emails. Thank you so much. And I will put you on with Billy Cressman. Billy Cressman, I don't have a Jerome introduction for you, but he is a proud boy from Kansas City, and he's a really good guy, really sweetheart guy, and they just lied on him and everything like that. And he's 49 years old, he's got a bunch of kids, grandkids, and he's a really good guy. You'll love him. All right, here he is, Billy Cressman.
Billy!
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
It's going okay. How about you guys?
We're good.
Right on.
It
Is there new
rained
stuff out
earlier.
there going on?
Well, it rained earlier, and now it's not raining, so that's a good thing. What was your question?
Is it cold out there right now?
No rain. It's pretty nice.
Oh,
I
good.
don't know. I made it in here.
Is there lots of news going on outside?
Well, we were just playing the Jim Jordan press conference thing. You guys probably already know about that.
No, I don't.
Well, they are doing, the Republican Committee is launching this investigation into Joe Biden. He sounds enthused and energetic and ready for real. And we talked about the 14 whistleblowers that have come to his office and talked about the injustice of the way the justice system has been politicized. And you know, talk about, there was some talk about, you guys and J6ers. So, I hope that translates into some action.
Me too. I'm sure it will. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's being kept on the down low too about next month.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. So how are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing pretty good. We don't have any screamers out here tonight. The past couple nights we've had a couple of loud kind of protesters, but
I heard.
yeah, it was pretty loud. But we had one of our Chinese guests had a teenage son, and Randy put him on the bullhorn, and he just was running those bitches down. It was kind of funny.
That's awesome.
It was kind of funny.
Well, were any of the Chinese protesters involved with you guys? Were any of them at January 6th?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I hung out and partied with a bunch of them before everything started. It was fun.
Yeah.
Helping start the petitions.
We have an amazing representation of the Chinese American population.
Yeah.
We have had tonight. Our numbers aren't great tonight. We have our true blues out here, but last night.
I'm grateful for anybody that's willing to come.
Me too, and for the people that watch. We do have people that watch us every single night, and know you guys by name, look forward to hearing it. But last night we did have several carloads of people coming from New Jersey and Maryland and New York and Virginia, and it was amazing. And they are followers of one of our Chinese American live streamers out here, so that's how they found out about us.
Oh, who's that? Who's the live streamer?
Rebecca.
Rebecca?
Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. Thank you.
No, she's going to say the name of her live stream, because I'm here.
We the people, mega.
We the people, mega.
We the people. I love that name.
Yeah, well, that's Rebecca, and she has people show up out here a lot for us, so God bless her. And her viewers.
Right on. Hell yeah. Guess I'm going to name my American Bulldog when I get out. Aga.
All right.
Yeah.
Dogs are out.
What kind of dog are they?
Well, mine's a little mutt. She's 19, but she's out here with you guys. She's a freedom fighter and doesn't even know it. And Oliver is a Havanese. Yeah, Oliver's a Havanese. He's very cute. A Havanese. It's this little white, fluffy-looking, scraggly dog. Sorry,
Gotcha.
He's very cute.
I've never heard of that kind of dog.
Yeah, well,
If it's a dog, it's awesome.
Yeah, he's from, I guess Havanese are from Cuba, and I used to call them the Caballeros, but that's a pepper, not a puppy. But yeah, but he's amazing.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I like dogs better than I like people. So.
We had to move to somewhere.
Yeah. Oh wow. So what was I gonna say? Is there anything new in any of the Jan 6 cases, like from anywhere else?
Well, the Oath Keepers, we're waiting on a verdict there, and then, Schwartz and Brown and Marcus Malley, they're going to trial Tuesday. And
Yeah.
there's a 23-year-old kid getting sentenced tomorrow. I believe he's from, he hasn't been detained though, but he's young. So I'm going to pop in and see that. But really, we're all waiting on just waiting to see how the obstruction charge turns out in the appeals. That'll be a lot of good news for people.
Yeah, when is that?
That's December 12th at 9:30. They'll have oral arguments for that. So that's exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because I got that stupid charge.
Yeah, that's the charge that gives y'all the most weight, almost all of you guys. So,
Yeah.
clear.
So for that, I wouldn't have charges of much consequence. I got no violent charges or anything.
No, I know. That's so important. Probably the government will take it to the
Nicole to balance us out because, you know, me and Randy can tend to be on the tense side of life, and Nicole turns to gentle green, and David's easy going. But David from Freedom Express Media just told us that one of his viewers let him know that Ted Cruz is on Fox News talking about you guys right now.
Oh, good.
I'm not sure what he's saying. I guess that information will be to follow because I'm not sure exactly what he's saying. I hope he's not talking out his ass. Ted Cruz, I hope you're not talking out your ass. Do something.
Yeah, I'm just glad he's on our side for the moment, you know?
Exactly. The next couple moments we need him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now's the time for you have to get put up or shut up, you know? Time to stand one way or the other.
You know, Gosar, like, last evening or last night, he tweeted out that the January 6th detainees need a pardon and so much more.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right on.
Yeah, so people are talking, and I think that they'll start talking more and more and more as we get closer to January, and, you know, we take, you know, we'll have some power.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, and, you know, we just gotta keep getting the word out. We have to let you guys have a voice, we have to let them know that we're watching them, and, you know,
Yep.
we're not gonna back
We're hitting
down.
the mark.
Okay, update. Ted Cruz is saying how unfair you guys have been treated in solitary and how it needs to be investigated. So that's Ted Cruz's jam on Fox News. Do you know exactly what show he's on Fox News? Okay.
I hope he talks to the U.S. Marshals. They've already deemed it.
Yeah, well, we all know this. That's the problem. You know, so many people know, and so many people are doing absolutely nothing about it. You know, we've had congressional members come there and see how horrible it is in there, and, you know, very little has changed.
Yeah. Especially the not letting us see our families. That's the big one.
Yeah, that's huge. Huge. Now that the COVID crisis is over. And I have to tell you, standing out here on the corner, the ladies and gentlemen that go to see their prisoners that aren't J6ers walk right past us to do it.
Yeah.
And so there's a steady stream of visitors, just not you guys.
Well, God bless you guys.
You have 1 minute left.
You guys are all part of our family now, too. Because you guys have done a hell of a lot for us. I can't forget it.
Life, Liberty, and 11 is what Ted Cruz is talking about you guys on.
Oh, okay. He's on Levin's show.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's where to look for the information.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to hang up before Greta gets us because that's aggravating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I love you guys. Love you, Nikki. Love you, Nicole. Love all you guys out there. Rebecca, everybody.
We love you!
And God bless you all.
You heard me!
谢谢大家，我改用那个推特直播了啊，好，谢谢。